Good evening, everybody. Before we get started, can everybody make sure that your phones are on vibrate or silent? Call to order the City Council meeting for April 24, 2024. It is 5.
Campbell. Present. Councilman Leon. Here. Councilman Zadaro. Here. Councilman Junior. Here. Councilman Stevens. Vice Chair Wilson.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? On none, short of excuse.
Who is under the sound of my voice. Lord God, as we begin and convene this meeting, allow us all to be indecent and in order in all of our proceedings. Father God, be with us today and every day as we leave this to all that we come in contact with. We glorify you, we praise you, and we lift you up in the name of our prayer. One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Opportunity to honor one of our folks that works as the assistant city manager. But given the fact that we are honoring all of them, in fact, I'm on my next one. Renita is the elder. For the senior, I just would you please
So for those of you who are new here, what we do when we want to express joy, we do this. If we're angry, we do this. All right. We're on the
excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
No, I apologize.
No, we're on the
Yeah, so before the council, we do have the April 10th, 2024 regular city council meeting draft minutes.
Need a motion to approve the minutes. Motion. Second. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing none, show the minutes approved. We're on order of business. Are there any items that need to be pulled, added, or withdrawn from the agenda?
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
We do have a couple items for order of business. For presentation, item 6, I have 2 add-ons for presentation. We have a special presentation presented by Mayor Harris. Without objection, we ask that it be added to the agenda as item 6.3. Then we have another special presentation by Councilman Leon. Without objection, we ask that it be added to the agenda as item 6.4. In addition, Mayor and Council, we do have add-on item number 1, which is supporting Miami Gardens Neighborhood Watch Incorporated 3rd Annual Arbor Day Senior Home Beautification Project. This item is co-sponsored by Vice Chair Trina Wilson, Councilman Reggie Leon, and Councilman Stevens. Without objection, we ask that it be added to the agenda, to the consent agenda as item 11.12. And I have one more thing. Before the council, item 10.1, we do have an amended version of that item. When we get to that item, since it is public hearing, I'll go over the amendment with council.
Yes.
The first add-on item is add-on item number 1. It's supporting Miami Gardens Neighborhood Watch Incorporated 3rd Annual Arbor Day Senior Home Beautification Project. That's co-sponsored by Vice Chair Trina Wilson, Councilman Reggie Leon, and Councilman Robert Stevens III. And without objection, we ask that it be added to the consent agenda as item 11.12.
And then, Mr. Clerk, there's another item from Councilman Leon.
The item,
Oh, okay, that's on 10.1.
yes, 10.1 is just an amendment to the, what we're doing, we're just amending the street number so that the item is in compliance with city's code.
All right. We need a motion on the agenda. Motion. Then moved and seconded, all in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposition? Showing no opposition, show the agenda approved. We're on special presentation.
Special presentation, item 6.1, legislative update by Senator SHEVRIN Jones, and this is sponsored by Mayor Rodney Harris.
Senator, greetings.
Thank you so much, man. How are you doing?
I'm great, and yourself?
I'm well. I see a nice picture of you on this laptop, so I'm going to push it to the back. First, good afternoon, good evening to, yeah, go ahead. Good evening to the council. I'm definitely happy to be here with you all today. It seems like I got something special going on today because we'll see the red inside the building. I'm looking forward to that. As you all are designating streets, I just hope that you don't forget about Alpha thank you again. I'm not going to be before you long because I think that my colleague and my good friend Representative Robinson, I know she came last week before last, to give a legislative update. But I just first want to thank you all for coming to Tallahassee. And even some of the Delta ladies who are here, who have come to Tallahassee, it just makes a very big difference when you come to Tallahassee, and it helps us to advocate for the things that are important. So I want to thank you. And Mayor, you came up 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I'll talk about that issue in a few minutes. We passed about 1,700 bills, well, 1,700 plus bills were filed this legislative session between the House and the Senate. And of those bills that were filed, about 290 of those bills will become law. And for those who probably don't know, that currently now the governor is going through many of those bills that we are seeing, and as you probably will know, because we've been putting off doing the legislative update, waiting for the approval of the appropriations budget by the governor, which he has not signed yet. And so because of that, that's why we were holding off. But we want to make sure that we do not get behind the 8 ball and talking about those things that are actually happening within the legislature. Although we passed about 290 bills in this past legislative session, I can't talk about all of them. I will talk about one of them that Representative Robinson and I worked diligently on to get passed, and that was the Senate Bill 104, which was the Municipal Water and Sewer Utility Rates Bill. When I came into the legislature, the first thing that Senator Brandon told me is that the biggest fight we're going to have is trying to get and make sure we provide fairness to our Miami Gardens residents and what is happening with the surcharge that's being tacked on top of their water bill. I did not believe it, Mayor and Council, until I started seeing some residents' water bill to where there was one resident who lived on the same street as an individual whose water bill was $100 and something, and the person across the street from them, directly across the street, was $300 something because of this surcharge. To take it a step further, the difficult part about Senate Bill 104 was that I represent both cities. I represent North Miami Beach, and I represent, of course, Miami Gardens. And as you all know, the history of what we've been dealing with this is the furthest that this bill has ever gone within the process. Thanks to Representative Robinson, she did an amazing job. Your younger sister, she did that. Yes, she did. I can't do it. Okay, y'all know the clap, y'all. That's what it is. I'm a church boy. I like laughing. But on a serious note, Representative Robinson was able to bring this all the way to the end. It was in the Senate where it got called up because of, and Mayor, you know, because you were engaged in that conversation, and that was because of politics. That ended up happening. But we will file the bill again. We have that with the city of North Miami Beach. And this is truly about ensuring that individuals who are paying for a bill, and the bill is simple, that if you're going to charge a surcharge on anyone, that the surcharge should be used for the upkeep, for the upgrade of the system. That was all asking, they asked to ensure that the individuals be charged the same amount that you're charging in your city. You cannot charge more to a city where water is flowing out of, and you're not charging that same rate. And so we will file that bill again next year. Mayor, I did meet with the city of North Miami Beach day before yesterday, and they did share, to my understanding, that there's some negotiation that's happening. I'll leave that and we can talk about that at a different date. But I did tell them that prior to us coming next year, that is my hope that some type of negotiation happen because the legislature, particularly in the Senate, was very serious about making sure that this doesn't happen to the city of Miami Gardens. And so we will file that bill again next year. I'll talk about money real quick. In the state of Florida, we passed a $117 billion budget. Just so people know that, I mean, in years past, the budget has been so large, up to $130, $140 billion, because we had access to the we have access to American Rescue Plan dollars. This year, those dollars did not exist. And so that's why a lot of projects that would traditionally get funded, pet projects, municipal projects, did not get funded. But here's what I'm happy to say. I have a good partner over in the house because you need two tangles, especially in Tallahassee when it comes to budgetary items. One of the projects that for the past 2 years in Miami Gardens that has been getting, it has not made the budget. This year it did make the budget, and so we are happy about those dollars that we are pending the approval of the governor, and that is for the Leslie Estates Road and Drainage Project for $500,000, which I'm happy that we are actually going to get this year. And again, that speaks to the dedication and the work of your staff, in the work of the Yolanda Cass Jackson, who represents you all in Tallahassee and others, and so I'm very happy to see that, and listen, I hope that the governor will see the back into session until March of next year. Committee week start in November. My goal of doing this is because a lot of times we wait till the last minute. Now we were talking about cities. Wait till the last minute, and what we ask, or we can ask for those dollars, whether through the grant process, the agency process, whether Miami Gardens or anyone else will receive those dollars. I do know your city manager is very diligent about letters of support and the grant process and getting dollars to make sure that this happens. And so thanks to him and thanks to your clerk and your attorney, we work well together with them in our office, and we will continue to do that. I'm sorry if I was long-winded, but I just wanted to make sure that I give you all that information that happened in this legislative session, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about some stuff we should do moving forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator. We appreciate all the hard work that you put in, not just this year, but that you put in the past and that you will continue to do. So we appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Senator. We'll talk about that. You gonna talk about what? We'll talk about that.
All right, well, 6.2.
Yeah, we're 6.2, Black History Month essay contest.
Each year, the City of Miami Gardens C5 Black History Essay Contest serves as a vital. The contest empowers Miami Gardens students to amplify the voices and stories often overlooked. With that being activity, theme, and literary style to recognize these Miami Gardens students for their Black history essays. And so we're going to start off with the third place winner. Ibanez, please excuse me for messing that up. Ibanez, and Amanda Gorman. Please come up and read your essay, Emily.
the hills we climbed, I drove. Whether they sat on woolly chairs in their homes, hearing her words, they felt hope for the future. Moreover, Amanda Gorman is the first person to be named National Youth Poet Laureate. An activist who is the first person to be named National Youth Poet Laureate. Celebrated by such in a poem dedicated to Oprah for her 70th birthday. Amanda is the first person to earn the title poet, author, and activist. Amanda is known for reading a poem at Joe Biden's inauguration. Amanda has accomplished many of the things, which is why many people still have hope for the American future.
So Emily is the recipient of our $200 prize as part of C5's Earn As You Learn initiative. All right, our second place winner is Jarrell Brewster Jr., and he represents Barbara Hawkins Elementary. Now, and this one kind of made me choke up a little bit because it showed me that our kids are listening, our kids. Jarrell Brewster, he wrote about Mayor Rodney Harris.
It takes a true leader to take time out of his busy schedule and hang out with kids at Barbara Hawkins Elementary. Mayor Harris cares a lot about his community. He's a founder of the Success Through Empowerment program. He is dedicated to helping the youth make better decisions and be productive members of the community. The mayor's willingness to step out of his office and spend a few days with us shows how dedicated he is to the help of the youth. Seeing him interact with my peers, teachers, and park rangers alike fostered a sense of community and collaboration. It showed me that effective leadership isn't just about going to meetings and putting on a suit, but in the everyday interactions and shared experiences that shaped our lives. Personally, the mayor's presence on the field trip left a lasting impression on me. He had many conversations. He told us how he was there for us and how we could ask him any questions whenever we saw him. It instilled a sense of pride in my local government and reinforced my belief in the power of leadership to inspire a positive change. His example encouraged me to remain engaged in my community, to seek opportunities for hands-on involvement, and to approach leadership with my humility and empathy. I really appreciate him, and he showed me that I could grow up and make a difference in other lives.
On the other side of the road, in front of two garages down to the end, I think it's a Lexus and another vehicle. So you're across the street, in front of the two garages down at the end. The gentleman is trying to put his cars out of the garage. Can you please move your vehicles? So it's on the other side of the road, all the way at the end, in front of two garages. And we have a, just so everyone knows, we do have a free parking garage down at the end. There's no way to be full. Just drive that.
So that was our second place winner, and that was Jarrell Brewster, and you can see the passion in his essay. And so Mayor, we love you, So they right about you, baby. This is a big
Amen.
deal.
Love Jesus.
All right. And our first place winner with a prize of $400 as part of our Earn As You Learn initiative goes to Zion Hawkins Brown of Parkview Elementary. And Zion wrote about Bob Marley in the arts.
I am a Jamaican African American. My dad is from Jamaica and my mom is from the United States. In social studies class, I had to complete a Black History Month project, and the theme was African Americans and the Arts. I learned that African American art is inspired by African, Caribbean, and Black American lived experiences. Therefore, I decided to do my project on Robert Nesta Marley, who was famously known as Bob Marley. Robert Nesta Marley was born on February 6, 1945. Marley left school at the age of 14 and trained as a welder. During this time, he concentrated on music. He received training from a musical teacher, Joe Higgs, with his friend Neville. Bob Marley became famous because he served as a world ambassador for reggae music. He sold more than 20 million records throughout his career, making him the first international superstar to emerge from the so-called third world. But growing up in Fishtown, Kingston, Jamaica in the 1950s and 60s, young Marley was exposed to racism, poverty, and violence. What inspires me the most about Bob Marley is that he overcame discrimination and poverty through religion and music. He uses music as a way to help heal and inspire hearts around the world. Bob Marley helped change society by introducing to not only Jamaican reggae music but also Rastafarianism that is rooted in ideas of personal and spiritual freedom, peace, love, and cultural unity. Apart from his activism, Marley was also an unofficial ambassador. Because of Bob Marley, the spiritual underlining of Jamaica has made their way to the rest of the world.
Thank you very much for that, Zion. And parents and teachers, thank you very much for continuing to have your students participate as part of our Earn As You Learn initiative. And so that is it for my special presentation today.
Thank you. We're on 6.3.
We're on item 6.3, special presentation by Mayor Ron Harris.
I'm the president and CEO of the Center for Family and Child Enrichment, also known as CLCT. We began here in what was then Carroll City in 1977. We've been in business 47 years, all in this area. We have provided children's mental health, parenting, and child welfare service for over 47 years. We have over 200 employees in 3 Miami Gardens locations. Many of our employees grew up in Carroll City and still reside here. We are the oldest and largest child welfare agency in Miami Gardens. Our largest service is child welfare with over 100 employees serving over 1,000 children and adults. We provide foster care, adoption, and a host of other state-mandated services for families under court supervision. Our Youth and Vision program serves over 500 children and and families, mostly teenagers who are school truants or unvaluable. In 2013, we opened a medical clinic, federally qualified clinic, which provides medical care for all ages, from pediatrics to geriatrics. I'm here with the chairman of our board, representative for the property.
And so tonight, we wanted to just come and talk to you all about a little bit and bring recognition to what we're doing and how long we have been doing it in the city. And then we also wanted to thank you. Are things that are really impacting our community. And being a part of this community my entire life, I know how important we believe it is in our children, because our children becomes our family. And so we do a lot dealing with, like you said, child welfare, foster care, and then we also have the community health center. So we are a one that's going to invite not only the council and the city staff, but all of the residents to participate in our upcoming meeting.
Here to invite you to a magical night under the stars and cocktail dinner. Hey, I'm Mayor Rodney Harris of the beautiful city of Miami, Georgia. Here to invite you to a magical night under the stars with the city of Miami, Georgia. Annual Mayor Ball is a party with a huge purpose. We want 5 decades of 200 employees that help 5,000 children and families in Miami-Dade and Broward County. Having adopted parent myself, I know how critical these services are for children and the demand for those.
You're all invited.
See you there.
Feel free to go to cfce.org website, or you just Google Center for Family and Child Enrichment. And
Before our next our next special presentation, I want to just take a moment. You all heard from our state senator, SHEVRIN Jones. Commission, Audrey Edmondson is here. Welcome to Miami, Georgia. You tell them now, you know you're supposed to stand up. Stand up so you can be seen. And then our former vice mayor, Mr. Aaron Campbell, President Campbell. All right, we'll move this meeting along now.
We're now to item 6.4.
This first special presentation is council of the county. Just had the kids from Dade County Public Schools all come up and read your essays, and they were all fantastic. The kids that we're going to represent are products of Dade County Public Schools. But during Juneteenth, we recognized outstanding community leaders. And one of those outstanding community leaders had to leave early. It started raining, and we didn't get a chance to recognize her. So, the council's already down. At this time, we're going to recognize our school board, one of the school board members. She represents all of Dade County, all of our kids. The Honorable Dr. Dorothy. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Now, don't forget, Juneteenth, this is the vice mayor. She chairs this event. We only work for her when it comes to this event. So she founded it and she's the chairperson. And so she lets me select who we're going to honor, and I thank her for doing that. But can you give them the dates of the next Juneteenth?
Yes, the next Juneteenth is going to be held on Saturday, June 15th at the Hard Rock Stadium. We have a huge event for you planned. We've been working extremely hard because we know that Juneteenth represents freedom. And it represents that, especially for us, because it is the time when America really keeps its promise of freedom for all of its American citizens. And so we want to make sure that we take full responsibility of documenting our history and participating in the celebration of what that means to us personally and our community at large. So we look forward to seeing you there in numbers, and we have a special place for every single one of the Divine Now. So you guys come out and you bring it with you, because some people say that they don't really know their line name. They said, I didn't know my line name, but I know my line.
Thank you. Now, the next group of kids that we're going to represent for the City of Miami Gardens are also products of Dade County Public Schools. They attend Miami Northern Senior High School. These are our state champion private basketball champions. Come on down. For Miami Northern Senior High School, Coach Williams did a wonderful job along with the team along with the team parents and our principal, Dr. Ronnie Gaines, and those that support the kids. So, I do have some special gifts from the Miami Heat. As you know, they're in playoffs right now, but they did send Dr. Steve Stowe sent some special products for the kids. And we're going to continue. Let's give our kids a hand. And Coach, team, on behalf of the City of Miami Gardens, we want to recognize you with this commendation for your outstanding service to this community and for your outstanding sportsmanship. Let's give our kids another hand, please.
Mr. Clerk, we're on public comments now.
Yes.
Can you read the back of the public comment card, please?
Article 2, Section 2-60 of the City of Miami Gardens Code, entitled Public Participation, provides that any person making personally relevant, pertinent, or slanderous remarks or becoming boisterous while addressing the city council should not be considered orderly or observant decorum. If any person becomes too lengthy, abusive, obscene, and/or disruptive, or otherwise fails to comply with the decorum rules, the presiding officer may issue a warning and provide an opportunity for the individual to conclude remarks in a decorous manner and within the designated time limit. Interrupt and terminate the individual from concluding their remarks. Bar the individual from further appearance before the city council unless or until permission to continue or again address the city council is granted by a majority vote of the city council. Order shall be maintained. If any person refuses to obey the orders of the presiding officer and is declared out of order, the individual may be subject to removal by the sergeant at arms.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. And comments. When you hear this sound, okay, when you hear this sound, that sound. You guys have 2 minutes for your public comments. You will hear that sound. When you hear that sound, public comments will start. Your conversation for us will cease. All right? So first up, we have Ms. Marjorie Cross. After that will be Tony Hanson. Tony Harris. And then Elaine Payne.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Mayor, right there. And to the Vice Mayor, Ms. Katrina Black. My address is 1425 Northwest 193rd Terrace in Miami Gardens, New York. Before, I'm originally from Jamaica, but I lived in New York, and I've been very active working with the children, and I keep Representative Pritchett says they're going to honor me next month to be a unique living legend. This is my baby. This is my Tony. So I'm so excited to share it with everyone. And also, we graduated next month on the 11th, they'll be honoring me for the unique living legend. But for the citizen at Beatty Center, and I'm very proud of that. Also, I did a 10-week course, and I enjoyed it.
Ms. Dorothy Smith. Ms. Smith, and then it will.
And City Council, and my family, and I'm Dorothy Smith. I spent like 30. My first police officer is here, and we have him to stand also. That was Major Ed. I know this is a surprise, but also family. I didn't know that Commissioner Everson was behind me because she shared also with my phone. And also Commissioner Robertson. But for us to have a family, I would like to see us, the city of Miami Gardens, to organize. Hold on, let me get my glasses in. I would like to have a history student body and St. Thomas student body, and also the non-movement library. Thank you very much. Good evening, council. Marie Hughes, 3335 Northwest 180th Street, Gonzales City. The charter, allowing you to continue to have all power and control in your hands. And to vote. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hughes.
Good evening to all. Francis Jago, 889 Northwest 40th Street, Unit 129, Florida. Again, I stand before you as the president of the Miami Gardens Neighborhood Watch, a 501c3 organization representing the 10 crime prevention group and neighborhood watch group in the city of Miami Gardens. This coming Friday, we are going to be celebrating our 3rd year anniversary of our Arbor Day Senior Project, in which we assist our seniors and most elderly folks within the community in terms of helping them with their home, bringing back into so they can have the quality of life. Housing is a human right. Our most vulnerable residents in the city of Miami Gardens is our elderly. They have no place to go based on the price of our homes right now. The best we can do is to assist them in keeping the quality of life from the roof, the houses are falling apart, and making a comfort for them. I am thankful for the mayor in terms of his support continuously, and as I look in terms of the agenda today, thank you again for what you have done. To the council members who are with that add-on, I appreciate it. As you know, when I came here the last time, our goal is to raise $30,000 based upon our budget for this year. I am hopeful that the others who were not mentioned that will find it within their compassionate heart to find some dollars to make us attain that responsibility. Because I cannot go back to this young lady who unable to take her bath in her own bathtub because she's not able to lift her leg to get into that for a year. And so my 94-year-old who cannot looking for help because of the hurricane and the thunder. It was certainly within my heart to say no to them this year when they've been desirous of those repairs for many years. 3 of those homes came from city council members, including a reference to them to us, and we are trying to help them. I appreciate the support, and I hope again, if we don't make the 30, that others will find ways to make it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Reverend. Mr. Cole and Mayor Nicholson.
Good evening. My name is Betty Ford, 2350 Northwest 187th Street. Mr. Mayor, I'd like to ask that favor because I have something to really carry forward to council, and it's going to take more than 10 minutes. So I'm asking please for me to just mention because I'm a resident here, and I'm on the 28th of February. I came to this place here to put my views here. And when I came here, I said what's supposed to be said because as a resident, on the 8th of March, I went to the women's luncheon and I was being attacked by one of your council members in the midst of the police officers.
Mr. Cole, let's do this. We're not going to discuss that here because if there's some type of legal ramification, we will want it to be done in the proper, decent order.
So, Mr. Mayor, I called you was the speaker. I didn't want to bring it this far, and nobody didn't want to listen to me. So I have to take what I did. You come later. All right, sir. That's okay.
Thank you.
I'll go see my lawyer.
Thank you. Mayor Nicholson.
How's everybody doing? I'm going to make this really, really quick. I'm going to adhere to the rules. The reason why I didn't put myself on the agenda is because I wanted to surprise you, and I knew if I put myself on the agenda, it wouldn't be a surprise. Mr. Mayor, Madam Vice Mayor, distinguished council, Mr. Manager, Miss Acting Manager for a day, Madam Attorney, how you guys doing? I just wanted to say that I was born in Miami, I'll make this as quick as possible. I was born in Miami and grew up here, and Miami Gardens, I do so much work out west. I do so much work in Hialeah with Mayor Bobo. I do a lot of work in Sweetwater with Mayor Pepe Diaz. I do a lot of work with Mayor Prado and Doral. Miami Gardens, in my lifetime, there's never been a place until Miami Gardens where black professionals can go and thrive. Miami Gardens is a bastion. I travel and people mention Miami Gardens. And what you all have done here in the legacy of Mayor Gibson, the legacy of Mayor Gilbert, and you, Mayor Harris, Madam Vice Mayor and Council, I just want to say I'm really proud of you as a black man, and keep moving on. Don't let anybody, don't let any negativity hold you back. You know how politics is, and that's the way it goes. I'm gonna present this to you later. I'll just see you after the meeting. I'll stay till the whole meeting. Just want to show everybody real quick. I know I'm out of time, but I have this right here for you, Mr. Mayor.
Mayor, we gonna back that one up.
Everybody else is going to say, I have you, everybody else, you guys.
And you got, this is Mayor Omar Nickerson. He's the mayor of El Portel. And you did catch me off guard, Mayor. I appreciate it. Thank you. Ms. Cunningham? You can check the photo, please. See if that's
Good evening, Mayor and councilperson and everyone in the room. I would just like to say to all the residents of the city of Miami Gardens, please stay focused as you heard earlier. Make sure and do your research, find out prior knowledge, make sure you know the backstory, be an informed person when you actually go through the election cycle this year. Make sure that you're aware of who you're voting for, what you want to vote for, what you're looking for, what is already being done, what should be done, and the future of what is supposed to be done, and that your voices are heard. Make sure that you are an informed voter and that you know what's happening in the process. Check the links, look for information. A lot of information can be received right here in our city hall, but just make sure that you vote, first of all, and that you know what you want to vote for, who you want to vote for, what your expectations are. Because here in the city of Miami Gardens, we have high expectations. It has nothing to do with who they think that we are. We know who we are. And the only way that we can present ourselves in a positive way is to look for substance. Look for someone who knows what is supposed to be done and have heard our voices and get it done. So please make sure and do your research. Don't depend on someone else. You may get information from them, but make sure that you do your research. This is a very important year, every year, everywhere where we vote, so make your vote count for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
City Boulevard at 27th Avenue on 211th Street. It has increased, it's almost unbearable for the trucks, dump trucks. I'm getting the big stuff, sir. I'm getting the big stuff, sir. Trailing to go down our street. Cars that's speeding, everybody's speeding. We have a 20 and a 30, and please help us to change this lawless behavior today. How? By passing to everyone that's coming down that street. I even had a car a couple of years or so ago go in my property.
founder of Community Love Seed, Love Seed, aka Community Love Seed, and people in hardship. So today I'm here about I'm nervous, I didn't expect so many people to be here. The Love Seed, and how do we change our community in the world. And at the same token, I'm also teaching myself.
It says channel 1 source camera monitor.
Myrtle Grove Park. They have wrote little short petitions, and I'm just going to read one of them. In voice. I think you most definitely should open the Myrtle Grove Park so that we. Thank you. So, as promised to my students, I'm just here to share the pool and park can be opened. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Christine Malcolm, funding for the Arbor Day program that'll be taking place on February 26th. Imperative that with the Formula One Community Fund, because it says community, that each council member allot at least 30, see a lot of things that are being, utilized, Formula One Community Fund, Formula One Community Fund. He came here 2 weeks ago. If we're talking about We Are Miami Gardens, this is a perfect example of each one of you sitting up here to help these residents. It makes zero sense that these people who are seniors in this community are not being, looked at as important as a party, looked as important as a jacket. This is a real deal. Affordable housing is a real big problem here in this South Florida community. And I think that if you each take $5,000 out of your Formula One Community Fund, it will help the residents and it'll help you. And by the way, if you guys are available on Friday, he could use some volunteers. And anyone in this room who would like to help out, please come out and help out at Betty T on 26th of April, 9 o'clock, and please help him out. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any written communication, Mr. Clerk?
Mr. Mayor, we did receive written communication. That written communication has been forwarded to the mayor and council. I'll also have that written communication added to the minutes as an exhibit.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? Showing no more public comments. Public comments are now closed in this.
All right, there are no ordinances on for first reading. There are no ordinances on for second reading. Item 10, resolution, public hearing. Item 10.1, a resolution to the City Council of the City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing the renaming of Northwest 24th Avenue between Northwest 183rd Street and Northwest, what has been amended to 191st Terrace, as Delta Sigma Theta Way, authorizing the city manager to change the street signage, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Reggie Leon.
Public comments on this item, and I have 3 public comment cards. Taylor McCain. Not yet, not yet.
Good evening. I bring you greetings on behalf of the dynamic Southern region. We are the Southern region. We are members of the Miami community. We fall under the leadership of our international national president, Elsie Cook Holmes, as well as our regional director, Amaris L. Johnson, and Jalen Martin as our regional representative. For over 111 years, we have made a difference in various communities globally. We have had a primary focus on Black communities, falling under our 5 programmatic thrusts: educational development, economic development, physical and mental health, international awareness and involvement, and political awareness and involvement. Bottom line, Deltas do. We do what we need to do in our communities to get the job done. Having a street named after this illustrious organization that falls under the presence of the Miami Alumni Chapter, the Dade County Alumni Chapter, the Iota Pi Chapter at FIU, as well as the Taro chapter at the University of Miami will make a difference for this community. We are saying to you that this opportunity will allow us to be able to build community and create a space for all of us to come together to serve the community, to be impactful leaders, and also make a difference in terms of social action. So we thank you so much for your consideration as we continue to grow and to service this community, because what we do is get the job done, and that's why we are here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Stephanie Steele Nelson.
Thank you so much. Greetings to Mayor Rodney Harris, Vice Mayor Katrina Wilson, and all of the council women, and especially Councilman Reggie Leon. It is truly a pleasure to stand here as the president of the Miami Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, but more so as a proud resident of the city of Miami Gardens for over 20 years. I stand here with these beautiful ladies in red to ask you to support the resolution to name Northwest 24th Avenue Delta Sigma Theta Way. We have over 5 chapters, as you heard our South Florida coordinator state, but we have 2 alumni chapters, and you will hear from our sister Dade County Alumni Chapter president later, as well as 3 collegiate chapters here, one that sits at the only HBCU in South Florida, Florida Memorial University. We, the members of Delta Sigma Theta, have been partnering with this great city since its inception, whether it was food giveaways, street cleanups, and we will not stop. We will continue to show up and partner with this city, and not just because it's a great city, but because we know that our soror, your first mayor, Shirley Gibson, will have it no other way. So we ask on behalf of over 1,500 ladies that make up the South Florida Delta Sigma Theta area to please support Councilman Reggie Leon in naming Northwest 24th Avenue between Northwest 183rd Street and Northwest 196th Terrace Delta Sigma Theta Way. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tony Harrison.
Good evening, Mayor Harrison and Council. My name is Tony Gilliam Harrison, and my address is 1430 Northwest 208th Street in the beautiful Miami Gardens. I bring you greetings on behalf of Dade County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta. As you've heard from our Southern representative and my sister chapter president, we do phenomenal things right here in Miami-Dade County. Our chapter hold our monthly meetings here at the Jesse Trice. We bring programs under those 5 programmatic thrusts, and we partner with the city in things such as human trafficking. We gave a recognition for the historical moment where 10 chiefs in Miami-Dade County were honored because that's the historical Black moment in Miami-Dade history. Thank you, Mayor, Councilwoman, for partnering with that. We continue to have educational events with our Delta Gyms and our Delta Academies right here in this beautiful city of Miami Gardens. And because of that and all the work that we do throughout, not only just Miami Gardens, but throughout the county of Miami-Dade, we ask for your support in naming Northwest 24th Avenue Delta Sigma Theta Way. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more public comments? Showing no more public comments. Public comments are now closed. I need a motion on this item.
So moved.
I'll second it. Been moved and seconded. Are there any discussion from the dais?
Yes.
Go ahead.
First of all, I want to thank all of my colleagues. I also want to thank the chairman of the Board of County Commissioner, Oliver Gilbert, who's also supporting this item on the county side and will be doing the resolution also. When we talk about Miami Gardens and we talk about being the largest African-American city in the state of Florida, this is what it looks like as we bring the Divine Nine organizations live into Miami Gardens. And these street namings mean so much more than just a street naming. The sense of pride that each student that we'll have as they go down these streets. The sense of pride that each organization, who these streets are named after, when you think about their service pillars, when you think about keeping the city beautiful, these are streets that we know that we won't ever have to worry about when we name them after these different organizations, that the level of pride and cleanliness that will happen through this community. And we're also making history today in the state of Florida, with this being the first Delta Sigma Theta Way in the state of Florida, in the southern region, I think. So I ask for your full support, and that's my comments, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Any other questions or concerns from the dais? Showing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilwoman Campbell?
Yes.
Councilman Leon?
Yes.
Councilwoman Godaro?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wilson?
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian?
Yes.
Mayor Harris? Passes 6-0.
Congratulations, ladies.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
All right, we're now on to the consent agenda. Item 11.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing an allocation of $750 from Mayor Rodney Harris' Public Affairs Special Events account in support of the Crimson Classic, a Delta Day soiree presented by the Dade County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, to be held on Saturday, April 17, 2024, from 4 p.m.
To give about a 2 to 3 minute recess, because there may be some of these beautiful ladies who might need to leave. Take a picture right here.
Can the ladies and
that's a big difference. Meeting is back in order. Mr. Clerk, go ahead and read the...
All right, we're on the consent agenda. Item 11.1, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing an allocation of $750 for Mayor Rodney Harris Public Affairs Special Events Account in support of Crimson Classic, a Delta Day soiree presented by the Dade County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, to be held on Saturday, April 27, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Mayor Rodney Harris. Item 11.2, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing an allocation of $8,000 from Mayor Rodney Harris Formula One Community Benefit Account to donate to the Miami Gardens Neighborhood Watch Incorporated in support of the 3rd Annual Arbor Day Senior Home Beautification Project, to be held on Friday, April 26, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., provided for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Mayor Rodney Harris. Item 11.3, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds for Mayor Rodney Harris and Councilman Stevens Formula One Community Benefit Account in an amount not to exceed $7,500, each in support of their pre-Formula One Young Professionals Kickoff event, provided for instructions to the City Clerk, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is co-sponsored by Mayor Rodney Harris and Councilman Robert Stevens III. Item 11.4, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, creating the Miami Gardens Ambassador Program, provided for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Vice Mayor Katrina Wilson. Item 11.5, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating $4,512 from Vice Mayor Katrina Wilson's Formula One Community Benefit Account to support athletic programs, community and educational initiatives, provided for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Vice Mayor Katrina Wilson. Item 11.6, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating $5,550 from Councilman Reggie Leon's Formula One Community Benefit Account to support Coconut Cane Annual Graduates Parade and Community Scholarship, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Reggie Leon. Item 11.7, resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing an allocation of $1,500 from Councilman Reggie Leon's Formula One Community Benefit Account in support of the Crimson Classic, a Delta soiree presented by the Dade County Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, to be held on Saturday, April 27, 2024, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Reggie Leon. Item 11.8, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds from Councilman Reggie Leon's Formula One Community Fund account in an amount not to exceed $1,875 in support of Miami Northern Vikings championship jackets, provided for adoption of representation, provided for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilman Reggie Leon. Item 11.9, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, allocating funds from Councilwoman Linda Julian's Formula One Community Benefit Account in an amount not to exceed $600 for the Haitian Heritage Month essay contest, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Linda Julian. Item 11.10, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing the allocation of $2,000 from Councilwoman Shannon Lady Iguodara's Public Affairs Special Events Account in support of Beauty for Ashes 10th Annual Conference being held on May 17 through 18, 2024, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by Councilwoman Shannon Iguodara. Item 11.11, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, awarding a bid to SFM Landscape Services, LLC as a primary vendor for Group 1, 2, and 3, Brightview Landscape Services, Inc. as a secondary vendor for Group 1, and Main Guy Landscape Services as a secondary vendor for Group 2 and 3 for Group Grounds Maintenance Services in response to ITB number 23-24-002. Authorize the city manager to execute agreements for this purpose, providing for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager. Item 11.2, a resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, authorizing allocation of $2,000 from the Seat 2, Seat 4, and at-large Seat 6 Formula One Community Benefit Account for a total allocation of $6,000 in support of the Miami Gardens Neighborhood Watch Incorporated 3rd Annual Arbor Day Senior Home Beautification Project, to be held on Friday, April 26, 2024, provided for adoption of representation, providing for an effective date, and this is co-sponsored by Vice Mayor Katrina Wilson, Councilman Reggie Leon, Councilman Robert Stevens III, and that is your consent agenda.
Motion on the consent agenda?
Motion.
So moved. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Showing none, show the consent agenda pass.
All right, we're now on to quasi-judicial zoning hearings and agenda disclosures.
Good evening. Testing. Good evening and welcome to the quasi-judicial portion of the April 24, 2024 City Council meeting. For those persons that will or may be speaking on an item on the agenda or commenting on any item, please stand up so you can be sworn in by the city clerk. For the applicant, your item will be called to order by agenda number and title of your request. When your item is called, approach the microphone and when addressed, speak directly and clearly, stating your name and address for the record, and explain the reason for your request. Note that all exhibits presented to the mayor and the council will become part of the public record.
All those who plan to testify, please raise your right hand. You swear and affirm that the testimony you provide this evening is true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Thank you. Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
May I go ahead and poll the council on gender disclosures?
Yes.
Evidence presented before you this evening?
Yes.
Councilman Leon, have you had any ex parte communication on these items?
No.
And will your Councilwoman Campbell, have you had any ex parte communications on these items?
No.
And will your decision today be solely based on the evidence presented before you? Mayor Harris, have you had any ex parte communications on this item?
No.
And will your decision tonight be solely based on evidence presented before you? Resolutions public hearing. Item 13.3.1. A resolution of the City Council, City of Miami Gardens, Florida, approving the application of Bar Villas LLC, providing for adoption representation, providing for an effective date, and this is sponsored by the city manager.
Is this public comments on these items? Showing no public comments. Public comments are now closed. Mr. Manager?
Smith come up and provide you with an overview and answer any questions that you may have.
Yeah. This are the lot standard requirements in order to allow multifamily apartments to be constructed on townhome lots. Northwest 213th Terrace and Northwest 215th Street. You can see the map here. Verde area. This is what the lot looks like, a utility structure that you see to the left of the image. This is the religious assembly. And again, to the west, the and the proposal is for approximately 52 multifamily units. Conceptual plans in terms of the materials that would be used for the project. The project was, staff is recommending approval of the waiver. Thank you. If you have any questions.
Thank you. Second, it's open for discussion by the dais. Any questions? Thank you, Nikisha.
Vice Mayor Wilson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Julian.
Yes.
Councilwoman Campbell.
Yes.
Councilman Leon.
Yes.
And City Clerk.
Madam Manager?
Engagement was truly displayed this evening and shows that we're a thriving community, and Delta Sigma Theta is all Mayor and Council for supporting the designation of Delta Sigma Theta Way, because Delta Sigma Theta is the only way. Have a great evening.
That's it? Okay. Okay. Drop the mic. You know I got two ladies up here who were waiting to say something. Madam Attorney.
Good evening. Thank you. Nicole Dixon Scott, a proud member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And I second the what was said by our acting city manager. As to tonight, the city litigation report was sent out to everyone on April 1st. That's my report.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk.
Real brief, I do have a AK in my office, so I just want to shout out the AKs real quick. But nonetheless, council, if you give me an opportunity, I really don't do this, but I want to ask the legislative analysts to take a stand real quick. All the legislative analysts that's in here. Mayor and council, today is Administrative Professional Day. And a lot of times, I sit back, the legislative analyst really makes my job a lot easier. We have a real good group of legislative analysts, and I wanted to publicly thank you guys for all that you do for not only just the city clerk's office, but taking on the initiatives of the elected officials that you report to, and also your work in the community. It goes without saying that you guys do tremendous work, and I appreciate each one of you guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor and Council. That's it for me.
Aisha, please continue to stand. Aisha Carter is my new legislative aide. So I wanted to just introduce her to everybody here. So Aisha, say hey. Thank you. Yes, your turn.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank the council for supporting the items. And also, let me put this out there. I want to extend the opportunity to have a sunshine meeting with the two ladies who are members of AKA as I prepare to bring an item to name a road after AKA. Like I said before, naming these roads after the Divine Nine organization brings a sense of pride to this community, and it also brings a sense of pride to those streets, all the work that these organizations are doing. And I'll send you guys the dates if you're willing and want to attend that sunshine meeting and be a part of that. I want to extend that opportunity. And again, thank you for your support, and that ends my report.
Thank you. Councilwoman Julian.
Thank you, Mayor. I would be remiss if I didn't just express how amazing the city of Miami Gardens is and all the great things that we're doing with the street renamings and with recognizing the New Orleans boys basketball team and having all the Divine Nines having their own streets. And I mean, this is just, we are moving in the right direction and also keeping our heritage and legacy alive. So kudos to everyone, because it definitely takes a team to do that. On May 2nd and May 16th, my office has partnered up with Gabby Cares, mental health professional Gabby Johnson, and we are hosting a trap yoga. So if you want to join us for some trap yoga with some trap music, please, please, please sign up. You can find us in the hallway, and you can also reach out to Nicole, my legislative analyst, for more information. We're looking forward to seeing you. On May 1st, we are kicking off Haitian Heritage Month with a kickoff reception, and I am joined by our beautiful Vice Mayor, Katrina Wilson, and our Chairman of the Board of County Commission, Oliver Gilbert. So join us at 5:30 p.m. at the Senior Family Center for some food, for some fun. We're going to have some Haitian art, and it's being curated by the Haitian Heritage Art Museum, and it's going to be a good time. So we're looking forward to seeing you all there. And our strategic plan, I hope that you all, between last council meeting and today, that you all, if not all of you, most of you have already completed the survey. My office is conducting a session on June the 5th at 3 p.m. at Bennett Lifter Park, and this is going to be with the folks from our RAP program. They're going to be participating in the survey, right? The Workforce Readiness and Advanced Placement Program, because as we talk about longevity for the city, we want to make sure that workforce development is a part of that conversation. And then following that, on Thursday, May 16th, my office is also hosting a session, and this time the session with the strategic planning will be with the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. As you all know, NARAB is headquartered right here in the city of Miami Gardens, and I just cannot see this strategic plan without some of their input. So please feel free to join us at Bennett Lifter Park, and that's at 3 p.m. And this ends my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Campbell.
Mr. Mayor, good evening to all. I want to start by thanking the mayor of El Portal for your nice gesture. Every time I see you, you have a beautiful smile. I got to put that on the record. It's always a pleasure to see you. You bring joy, and that's always a plus. All right? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All righty. I also just want to announce the Senior Cooking with Love. It is sold out, and I'm super excited about it. I got something special for the seniors on this coming Saturday. So those of you who didn't make the cut this year, let's shoot for next year. Also, I want to give a shout out to Yanira Smith. Happy birthday. She don't like that. Y'all give her a shout out. And I'm going to end, the mayor and I, we have the Baja's reunion, so save the date, June 9th. We're going to be on it and having a great time in the community. And I want to end my report by giving my mom and dad a happy 59th anniversary. Oh, wow. Love you.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful.
That is my report.
Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yes, I would co-sign with my colleagues in saying to my colleague, Mr. Leon, Councilman Leon, I think that the idea of naming the streets after the Divine Nine was just absolutely phenomenal. And it speaks volumes to the amount of work that organization has historically done, not only in our own community, but in this world. And we are proud that we have such a strong chapter that can continue to impact and partner with the city on the myriad of different events. And I am also grateful that I've been asked to partner with many events that are sponsored and that you want to do in our city. And I continue to offer my commitment to being able to support you guys in the high quality events that you have done. I would venture to say all of my life, right? The Deltas have been there. I just take exception that I don't know if they're the only way.
That's right.
Remember, we don't take personal shots at nobody.
Okay. But they are sure.
Rich, get ready.
They are sure an excellent way. And so I am, if there was anything that I would love to compete with someone in, is how to serve. There's no better thing to have to compete than to serve this community that we all love. Okay? And so speaking of service, the Miami Carroll City Chief Hall Alumni Picnic was held, and I would like to extend to everyone my heartfelt thank you for your service, the police department, the Parks and Recreation Department, all of the hard work of the Alumni Association, Chief Hall, who really pulled out a stellar event in the way in which they conducted themselves, and hopefully going forward we will continue to get better at being able to put on Juneteenth Park and Party is coming up, and it is, as I indicated earlier, June editions, and we have some extremely wonderful talent that will be put on the stage. I'm excited about the quality of the talent that will be brought to the stage. As was indicated earlier, we have C4 on May 13th at the Walt Frazier Park. I am encouraging all of our residents, those that come each, think that the issues and the things that will be brought to bear, your opinion, your input is extremely important. Residents have always been very candid, very, very sharp, and on point in terms of the things that they want to bring to bear. We will have a productive time when we're meeting and talking about the direction of our city. I will be in center from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. It will teach residents the pros and cons and the process folks get their businesses up and running well. And that concludes my thank you for the work that you do with the kids too. Generations and generations of children remember was a student at my school. And so legacy is important, you know, and you never know with the small. So this kid here wrote about it, and now it is recorded in the annals of time, what you have done for him and how you made him feel.
You know, to first of all, hear the young man speak about a time where we spent together on a campus, stars, and it's amazing how some of our kids never have the opportunity to see stars because of where they live. And then when they have the opportunity, to wishes. And to have that young man come and say that something that I said to him, those are the honors and the accolades that I love. Mayor Omar, I appreciate this. Then my job was done. Let's keep those little ones in our heart and our minds because they are the future. May God bless you guys, and may God bless the city of Miami Gardens. And I need a motion.
And entertain. A community that fosters hope, nourishes dreams, and embraces